So I've unboxed all the components, and now it's time to set up my home theater PC. So let's get to it. Now, if you're not up to speed on this series of videos, click on the link at the end of this video, and you can check out all the components I'm using for my home theater PC. Now, you can build a home theater PC that does not incorporate live TV into it. Or you can incorporate live TV in your home theater PC and actually turn your home theater PC into a DVR. And chances are it's not going to cost you anything in rental fees to your cable company. And that's what I'm going to do here. I want to create my own DVR, but if you don't care about live TV, a home theater PC also comes in handy because it opens up a lot of options to your television set. One of which is actually just watching programming from a browser. And nowadays, a lot of network television stations actually broadcast their content over the internet. But having a home theater PC also opens up things like Hulu, so you don't need a Hulu Plus subscription to play it on your television. There's also other things like Netflix and Redbox Instant. In my case, I have Comcast, so they have an option where you can pretty much watch anything that you're subscribed to through a web browser. So that makes it convenient too. Also, those of you who collect a lot of media can play things very easily off of your computer. So since my last video in this series, I loaded up Windows on my PC and I connected it to my projector in my attic. Now what you're looking at right now is Windows Media Center, and that's included in Windows Vista and Windows 7. They took it out of Windows 8, but there are ways to get it on there. So the first thing I'm going to do in this setup process is install my cable card into my cable card tuner. Okay, so here I have my ATI TV Wonder digital cable tuner, and again this is an external unit. You can get internal units and external units. I chose this because it was my least expensive option and it only has one tuner in it. You can get devices like this or cards like this with 3 tuners in them, so you're able to watch something on television and record 2 other things at the same time. I really don't think I'm going to find myself in that situation, at least at this point. So this is sufficient for me. Now keep in mind, devices with 3 tuners in them still only need 1 cable card. Now my cable card here is something that I picked up from my cable provider, which is Comcast. Now you'll notice here it says multi-stream, and that's in case you have a device with multiple tuners in it. Now in my situation, I'm only using 1 cable card, and I get that for free from my cable provider. Your mileage is going to vary depending on who your cable provider is. If I had 2 of these cards, then I would start paying a monthly fee, but my first one is free. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install this cable card into this device here, and it's pretty easy. It's on the side here. All I have to do is lift this up, and it reveals a socket in there. And this will only go in one way, and it's just like putting in an old game cartridge. So I'm going to take the card and just slide it in here and push it in firmly and then close it up. And the only thing I have to do now is attach my cable to here, attach the power cord to here, and then attach the USB cord to here and then to my computer. So I'm going to connect all that up and I'll join you when that's done. Okay, so I connected the cable card tuner to the computer and fired it up, and the computer actually installed the drivers right off the bat. So I didn't actually have to search out any drivers for the device. It was plug and play. So I have my Windows Media Center remote control receiver plugged into the computer, and what I'm going to do right now is press the Windows Media Center button on my remote and load up Windows Media Center on this computer for the first time. So here we have the splash screen. I want to press OK to continue. And it says Get Started. Set up Windows Media Center with recommended options. That's pretty much the best selection for me. So I'm going to hit OK. And here we go. Now, if you're not familiar with Windows Media Center, it's a great way to aggregate all your media, have it in one place, whether it's pictures, whether it's music, whether it's movies, and have a nice clean interface to access it all. So the first selection it lands me on here is recorded TV. but you have a whole host of different selections. Let's start at the top. Extras. Let's click on that. Now this is the extras library, and you see here I have 7 different games that I can choose from if I wanted to. You can sort them by name, by date added, or by most used. Let's back out of here. Also in the extras section, you have the extras gallery. Let's click on that. Now here I have my showcase selections, and this first one is a digital cable advisor. We'll get to that in a second. But you have a couple of other selections: HSN Vision, Cinema Now, which is a way to rent movies, XM, the Queensberry Fight Network, and Fox Sports. Let's go up to the top here and go to a different filter. You have TV and movies, which are these selections here. You have music and radio, which is the XM selection, and then you have news and sports, which is Fox Sports, and then the Queensberry Fight Network. Let's go back up to the showcase here, and I want to go to the Digital Cable Advisor. Now this is a good way to find out if your computer is capable of running Windows Media Center and using it as a DVR device. So I'm going to run this, I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to run this program. There we go. It says, "Welcome to the Digital Cable Advisor." The Digital Cable Advisor analyzes your system to determine whether it meets the minimum requirements for performance and display capabilities, and has the necessary connection types to support a digital cable experience on your PC. If the system meets the minimum requirements, this tool enables the system for digital cable support for use with a cable card provided by your cable provider. Note, to view pay TV content, you must obtain a cable card and have a contract with a cable provider. So I have my cable card tuner already hooked up, and this is just to give me an idea if this computer can handle it. And I'm confident that it can, but I'm going to go through this process anyway. So I'm going to hit install down here. So I'm going to click OK. And it gives me a Digital Cable Advisor Terms of Service. I want to agree to that. So click on agree and hit next. And it wants to analyze the system. It says this tool will now analyze your system. This process may take several minutes to complete. I'm going to start the test now. And the analysis is complete, so I'm going to hit next. And it says your system has met the minimum requirements for supporting a digital cable experience on your PC. The final step in configuring your system to support a digital cable experience is updating system settings. So I'm going to update the system settings. Alright, it says congratulations, your system is ready to support a digital cable experience. With the purchase of a digital cable tuner and a cable card from your cable TV provider, you can begin enjoying a digital cable experience on your PC. To ensure the highest quality viewing experience, we recommend the following: sufficient disk space on your PC to record TV. For example, you'll need about 160 gigabytes of disk space to record 20 hours of television, and a minimum of 4 gigabytes of RAM. I have both of those. I have a 160 gigabyte drive in this computer, and if I need more, I can always expand on that. And I do have 4 gigabytes of RAM. So I'm going to hit done, and I'm going to get out of here, and we're going to check out the next selection here, which is pictures and videos. Now, I don't have any media on this device right now, but if I did have pictures, I could go to my picture library in here and check them out. Now it says Media Libraries. You can add pictures to your library by going to Tasks, Settings, Media Libraries. Do you want to add more pictures now? I don't really want to add anything right now. It has some sample pictures from NVIDIA, some sample pictures on the device itself, and the wallpapers that I downloaded to put on this system. But I don't have any personal pictures on here. And generally I'm not much of a picture person. I do have a bunch of pictures on my drive, but it's not a situation where I actually display them a lot. But if you do, this is a nice way to have a slideshow on the biggest screen in your house. And of course you have some filters up top by folders, by tags, by date taken, by ratings, slideshows, and shared photos. So let's back out of this. And you also have the option in pictures and videos to play favorites, and let's click on that. And it's a nice little display here of all the pictures that you do have on your computer. And then it zooms in on a random picture and then colorizes it and gives you the date it was taken. And then it moves on to another one. Let me click out of that and look at the video library. Again, I shouldn't have anything in here. It says Media Libraries. You can add videos to your library by going to Tasks, Settings, Media Libraries. Do you want to add more videos now? Not really. I'm going to hit Cancel. And I actually do have some videos on here. Some of them are through iTunes. Unfortunately, you can't play the iTunes videos through here because of the DRM. But on top here, you do have some filters. You have the folders, the date taken, and your shared videos. Let's back out of this. And let's go down to music. Now, I should not have any music on here other than maybe sample music that Microsoft puts on Windows. But let's click on this anyway. And it says Media Libraries. You can add music to your library by going to Tasks, Settings, Media Libraries. Do you want to add more music now? I won't be adding any music. But you can have filters up top here. You have the albums, the artists, genres, songs, playlists, composers, years, album artist, and your shared music. Let's back out of this. You have the option to play favorites. Let's click on that. So unfortunately I had to pull the audio out of this video because I don't want to get into any copyright issues, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like, the interface looks like when you're using the music playing function on this device. So it's a nice looking interface, and it's a great way to play your songs on probably the best speakers you have in the house, your home entertainment speakers. So let's back out of this and check radio here. Now it says to play FM radio, you must first install a radio tuner. I don't have a radio tuner, and I'm not really interested in doing that because I actually do have a real radio in my receiver that this computer is hooked up to. But if you have a different setup, this might be a good option for you. You have a couple of filters up top. You have sources and presets. Let's back out of this. And the final one is search, so you can search the media on your computer. Let's back out of that. Let's go down to now playing. That's pretty much whatever you were playing, whether it's music or video, it would show up there. Let's go down to movies here. Now I'm going to click on the movie library. And again, you can add movies to your library by going to Tasks, Settings, and Media Libraries. I don't want to add anything right now, but it's looking for movies on my computer, and it might pull up my Amazon Unbox. I don't know if it will. But in the meantime, you can filter by title, by genre, by year, by parental rating, by type, or date added. And there's nothing in the library yet, and that's fine. I could add things at a later date. Let's back out of that. So let's check search. And it says free streaming Internet TV. Internet TV is an online video service in Windows Media Center that offers hit TV shows, movies, trailers, and clips all for free anytime. It has a terms of service. I'm going to click that I've read it and install this. And let's go back to search. And it allows me to search for a movie or a video title. Let me put something in here. Okay, it seems like it's pulling from Netflix or MSN Video. But let's go down the list here. It's Netflix, MSN Video, a lot of Netflix. Okay, mostly Netflix. So let's see if you can pull a TV show off of this that you could find on the internet. Just see if Survivor is on there. Okay, so it looks like it pulls mostly just from Netflix and then MSN Video. You have a couple of filters up top. You have TV shows. Actually, maybe I should have done that under TV shows. Let's see if it would pull it from there. Because when I searched for it, it was pulling from movies. So yes, okay, you have to have the correct filter up top. So you have 4 filters. All, if you want to search everything. You have specific TV shows that you can filter down and search for. or movies, or clips. So if you want a TV show, obviously you have to select TV show or all. So it looks like it does pull from CBS.com. And it looks like mostly just clips, because they're all about a minute. That one's 7 minutes. So mostly clips, not actually full TV shows, or at least that's what it appears like. It would be nice if it was searchable, where you could actually see the full episodes through Windows Media Center, so you wouldn't actually have to go to the desktop on your computer. But again, this is a full-fledged computer, so I pretty much have everything at my fingertips. It just would be nice if it was aggregated in Windows Media Center. So let's back out of this, and let's go to Play DVD. Now I don't have a DVD in the computer right now. It says Windows Media Center cannot detect a video DVD in the DVD-ROM drive. Again, I don't have a DVD in there, so let's back out of that. Now, there's a nice Netflix interface incorporated into here. And let me click on this. And this would be actually the preferable method to watching Netflix on a home theater PC. Because you can do it through your browser, but the browser experience is not necessarily formatted properly for a television screen. For instance, if you go into your queue, you get a basic list, a text list of everything in your queue. Whereas on this interface, you get the box art representation, and it gives you a little bit better idea of maybe what you want to watch that night. So I'm going to install this. So this is your interface here, and you have a whole bunch of different filters up top, but this one is the new release filter, and I'm going to go down here, and you have a good representation of whatever you might want to watch. You have the box art up top, and then you have a description down below, and if you wanted to dive a little bit deeper into that, click on that, and it gives you a full rundown of the selection, and you have the option to play it from there. So it's a really nice interface to browse your Netflix catalog. So let's back out of this. And the next selection is TV, but we're going to skip that and save it for last. The next selection you have is sports. You have scores, and it gives you the current scores of the NBA. You have different filters up top. You have NBA, NHL, NCAABB, WNCAABB, and then Nextel. Let's back out of this. You have a players option. Let's click on that. You can add players to track your favorite and fantasy league players. That's not something I'm into, but if you're into it, you can do that here. You can do it for the NFL, MLB, or NBA. Let's back out of that. And then you have a leagues option here. And you have filters for the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, NCAAF, NCAABB, WNCAABB, WNBA, Nextel, and PGA. And within those filters, you can show games on now or on later. You can show scores, show game alerts, and track your fantasy players. So let's back out of that and go to tasks. Now tasks, this is a way to actually control your computer. You have your settings here. Let's click on that. You have all these different settings that you can manipulate. You have general, TV, picture, music, DVD, start menu and extras, extender, and media libraries. Now the one thing I will be touching on in a later video is the extender option. So let's back out of this. You have an option to learn more here. Let's click on that. I don't know if I'm going to spend much time here, but let's see what it says. It says it's an invalid application, unable to launch. Okay, let's get out of here. You can burn a CD or DVD from here. Let's go to sync here and see what that is. It says device not connected. You can sync the content from Windows Media Center to your portable device. If you have a portable device, make sure it's connected and try again. So let's get out of this and add extender. That's what I was explaining to you earlier. We'll get into that in a later video. And the media only selection here, it says media only mode keeps Windows Media Center displayed in full screen. In this mode, the minimize and close buttons are hidden. Do you want to enter media only mode? Well, it seems pretty fine the way it is right now. If I wanted to get rid of Windows Media Center, I would use the mouse. And if you see when I use the mouse, you have a couple of things that are hidden that appear. But generally in Windows Media Center you're going to be using a remote control and not your mouse, but you can navigate it with your mouse if you don't have a remote. So I'm just going to keep things the way they are. I'm going to back out of this. Let's check the last selection here, which is the shutdown sequence. And you can do a couple of things from here. You can close Windows Media Center from here if you don't want to use your mouse. You can log off. You can shut the computer down from here. You can restart the computer here. Or you can put it in a sleep mode. Now another thing I neglected to mention through the settings is that if you like this interface so much that you want your computer to actually load to this every time you turn on your computer, you can actually set Windows Media Center as your default user interface when you turn your computer on. Personally, I won't be doing that, but you can do that through the settings here. Now the last thing I want to go and cover is the TV selection, because that's really what this is all about. I'm setting up a cable card device on this computer and I want to be able to watch live TV through here. So the TV selection has a couple of options. You have Internet TV, and it looks like you can pick up a lot of the network television shows. Let's see if you can actually pull up full episodes or if it's just clips. Okay, it looks like you can actually pull the full episodes through here. So I take back what I said earlier that you can't aggregate some of the network TV stations through here. You actually can. So that's a really nice feature on here. Let's back out of this. And you have a whole host of different options to choose from. You have Top TV, you have full episodes, you have the different channels you can select from, whether it's GameSpot, CBS, Smithsonian Channel, MSN, MSNBC, Netflix, Showtime, the CW, Chow.com, CNET, Zune. There's a bunch of different channels you can choose from. The next selection here is March Mayhem, Gadgets and Games, Headlines, which is all your news, Top Rated from Netflix. So it's actually a really nice interface here, and it has a lot of options to choose from. And let's go to the guide. So this is your guide here, and it says Primetime, Classic, News, Comedy, Drama, Movies, and Sports. You can select the different filters over here. And it goes back to the Internet TV here. Let's back out of that. Let's view the categories here, and it's just an all category. So this looks like a different way to view what I was just viewing in the other selection there. And let's go to search. So this goes back to the search that we used earlier, where you have TV shows, movies, and clips, or all. So it's just a different way to enter the same search. So let's back out of this. Now, recorded TV I have here. Let's click on that. Obviously I don't have anything recorded yet because I haven't set up the CableCard device yet. But this looks like a sample recorded video, and it's landscapes. You can filter this through date recorded, the title, or original air date, or your shared videos. Let's back out of this, and let's go to the final selection, which is live TV setup. So this should give you a better idea of what Windows Media Center has to offer. In my next video, I'm actually going to set up the cable card with Comcast and get live TV running on my home theater PC. So that's going to do it for this video. If you have any questions or comments, please post them down below. If you like what you see, please subscribe. And as always, if you want to help out my channel, give me a thumbs up or favorite this video. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.